What's up guys, welcome back to another video. My name is Alex and I am a full-time reseller online. So if you are interested in everything reseller related content, from hauls, thrift with me's to what sold, please stick around and feel free to hit the subscribe button. So in today's video, I have my notebook again here with some notes. And I am actually going to be doing a different type of video, just like the last one. Let me get this notebook situated. So I thought I would do a top 10 vintage brands that I like to pick up or that I'm always looking for. I don't know, I think some of them are brands and some of them are styles, but let's just get into the video. So like I said, I have 10 brands and I have one bonus tip down here at the bottom. So the first item is going to be Tommy Hilfiger. So Tommy Hilfiger, I don't think their more modern stuff sells for a whole lot anymore. But once upon a time in the 90s and the early 2000s, they used to be everywhere, plastered on everything. And that type of stuff does sell. Hopefully I would be popping up some pictures here of items that I have sold or items similar. Maybe I will just get some items from Google so y'all can be looking out. So obviously like the oversized sweaters, the spell out sweaters. I don't know if the track pants are still trendy right now, but for sure the oversized sweaters, their leather shoes, a lot of their leather shoes actually in general, a lot of their shoes were made in Brazil, and what is the other one? I can't remember, but they're leather, and I don't think they don't make a whole lot of their shoes in leather like they used to before. So some of the leather shoes also sell really good. I sold some clogs from Tommy Hilfiger a couple of weeks ago for like $40 or $50. So yeah, be on the lookout for Tommy Hilfiger. Maybe that was a given, but I'm still gonna throw that one out there. And this list is not in any order on best to worst or anything. It's just a list that I compiled. So next item, number 2, is gonna be LEI. So LEI, I can't remember what it stands for, but I think they started selling it in Walmart now. And I remember growing up, I used to always buy LEI because I just love the styles. But obviously the vintage LEI, so they have leather, well they do make leather, or they did, I guess. They made leather shoes, leather jackets, leather purses. Gosh, just like in the last video, it's thundering, and obviously I'm still wearing the same stuff, so I am recording multiple videos today, so sorry if y'all hear that thunder. Hopefully it's not raining too bad. But yeah, so be on the lookout for LEI. Denim jackets, a lot of their shoes I have sold. A few pair of shoes that have done really good because their styles are very 90s and Y2K, platforms, chunky heels. The materials are really good. Just be careful whenever you're picking up vintage shoes and you want to do like a twist test, like twist, I don't have any shoes here, but you just want to take like the front of it and the back and like twist it to check for a dry rot or anything. And that's really with any shoes whenever you're picking up at the thrift store, because I have picked up a few that have later had like a crack or like a line down the side because of dry rot. So LEI is really good. Exhilaration, which is a Target brand. I don't know, do they still make Exhilaration? I'm not sure, but vintage Exhilaration also made really good items. Leather once again. I think I thrifted a leather Exhilaration jacket with a whole bunch of fringe. I thrifted the platform thong sandals that were like this thick, think Spice Girls. Those sold really good, and usually thong sandals aren't that expensive, and I think they sold for like $25 or $30 maybe. So Exhilaration is a one. Faded Glory, which was a Walmart brand. I sold a lot of Faded Glory, I think. I sold a denim jacket with like the fur collar right here and the fur, I think it had faux fur right here on the wrist, and I think that one sold for $50, which is crazy because all of these brands, I think, that I have on here didn't really retail for a whole lot then, but now, you know, years later, they're coming back in trendy and popular, and they are selling for like I don't know, triple the prices of what they retailed for. And Skechers is another one. Obviously the Skechers boots. I know some of the brands like Steve Madden and Skechers are bringing back their older styles and remaking them. So, but always the vintage ones will sell for way more, just depending. All of these are going to depend on the condition of the item. So be looking out for the Skechers platforms, block heels, sandals, leather always sells. Think Bratz dolls. That's what I always think of every time I think Skechers, vintage Skechers. I always think like platform boots. So I have a couple of things, or a couple of styles, not really brands necessarily, but I do have some brands listed. So I have vintage leather, which is like vintage leather jackets, vintage leather pants. I don't know about leather shirts, but leather skirts, leather shoes, leather purses. Just be looking for the vintage leather. Make sure it's in good condition. It's not peeling. And make sure it's a style that people actually want to buy. Every time I think of a vintage leather jacket, I'm always going back to Blade and how he wore like the you know, like the trench coat in leather. I don't know if that's really trending, but that's what my mind always goes to. I have vintage penny lane coats. So I have sold multiples of these before. Suede leather, and they're long all the way down to your ankles, to your knees. They have faux fur. Some I think had real fur. So penny lane jackets really do sell, and they have been trending, I don't know for how long, but I love picking them up because they do typically sell for 60 plus. And vintage bags. I think in one of my last videos I mentioned in the top, or what did I say, the items that sold for 100 plus, I mentioned vintage bags in there. So like vintage Coach bags, vintage designer bags, a unique vintage bag. Maybe it doesn't necessarily have to have a brand, but be like really good materials, really cool. Maybe like a denim bag, something leather, something suede, something that's on trend. If you follow the trends, like looking at Urban Outfitters or Anthropologie, or looking on the runways to see what the designers are putting out, and if you can find a vintage bag in that similar style, you're you're guaranteed that it will sell. Let's see, I have graphic shirts on here. I think graphic shirts are gonna be around for a lot longer, and I sold vintage Marvel graphic shirts, Ghost Rider, Captain America, vintage Batman shirts, things like that. I know that's not Marvel, but superhero shirts, anime, band shirts, and I just wrote cool designs, but like cool designs like tie-dye, or like a big eagle print on there, or something, you know, something that's cool, something that you don't see a lot, vibrant colors, something with tie-dye, something like that. Always typically sells. And I do have jeans here, but I don't like to pick up jeans because they don't typically sell. But I did put vintage jeans here. I put Guess and Levi's. Those are the only two pair that I have consistently sold for me. Always vintage Levi's, because those are 100% cotton. I don't know. I'm pretty sure the new ones are probably 100% cotton too. But people like the 505s or the 501s with the button fly, straight leg, light wash, dark wash, distressed, cut into shorts. However, and the vintage Guess jeans. Now the vintage Guess ones are going to be the ones that have the question mark or the triangle patch on the back. Those are going to be the ones to get because people want to see it on their pockets. I think other styles, you know, like bell bottoms, wide leg, flare is in right now, low rise possibly. Think low rise with probably like the lace up details on the sides or on the front or the back, things like that. And then I also wrote on the side vintage bongo, even though I don't know why I didn't say this in the beginning, but Vintage Bongo, like their shoes. I have picked up a pair of pants and a denim jacket, but they haven't sold yet. So I'm thinking probably not that, or maybe depending on what the style is or how it looks, but definitely the Vintage Bongo shoes, the sandals, always a platform. So I love picking up the Vintage Bongo shoes because I have sold a ton of them. And the last, extra tip I have at the bottom, if y'all can guess about everything that I have mentioned, which I personally like to pick up vintage Y2K and 90s style clothing, anything that is trending. Brand doesn't matter a whole lot. It's basically, I mean, if you can find any of the brands listed, then yes, of course. But if it's like a vintage top that looks very Y2K or 90s, then it sure will probably sell. Then it definitely can sell because these items are basically selling because they're trendy, because they're remaking a lot of these 90s and Y2K styles at Walmart or Target or wherever you buy your clothes or wherever you see them. So I have picked up a couple of styles that look like they're like, I guess they're like see-through tops, crochet knit see-through tops. They're very lightweight. They have buttons down here. They have like a bell sleeve. Maybe I'll pop in some pictures, but so anything that style would be great. Just whenever you're looking for vintage, always check the condition, make sure it's good. Sometimes people will buy stuff that's distressed, like natural distressing or natural patina, but just, you know, go and do your due diligence and check the comps anyway. But these are the styles and brands that have been selling really good for me, and things that I do like to pick up when I'm out thrifting. So that is the end of the video, guys. I hope y'all enjoyed it. I hope y'all found all of this information useful or helpful whenever you go to the thrift store. I would really appreciate if y'all hit the like button, and if y'all enjoyed this video, hopefully y'all will enjoy other videos and stick around and subscribe down below. And I guess I will see y'all in the next video. Bye, guys.